Before we started recording, you were saying you went downtown for some reason.
Oh, I had to go pick up a drill from my friend.
Oh, yeah.
But that's not good.
What?
It was a different series of events.
Oh,
so
okay.
last night I was. What is the last thing I told you about my?
The software engineer.
Yeah.
That we talked about that 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. And then I said that upstairs made a comeback now.
Right, yeah, you did say that.
Yeah, so he's been around.
Oh, okay.
And he texted me last night and, well, I didn't tell you what happened last weekend.
What happened? Jesus Christ.
Nothing crazy. It was just like intense for me. No, it wasn't anything crazy. Literally, all that happened was I stayed the night at his place on Friday, and then the next morning we woke up and we just like laid in bed until like 1, and then we got Broadway bagel and went and ate it at the park.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like the longest I had ever hung out with him. Like I didn't get home until like 2 p.m. I think. And
when did you start seeing him the night before?
Like 11 maybe.
Oh, okay.
But like we don't like hang out, you know?
Right.
And so we did that. And then I ended up going home. And then a couple hours later, he texted me and he said, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, "Nothing." And he was like, "Do you want to come watch a movie and eat takeout with me before my shift?" I said, "Yeah." I didn't hear from him this week because he works a lot, but he texted me last night and then he came over and we were just talking for a little bit. And then we went into a diner and got food. And then after that, I was like, "Hey, do you have a drill?" And he was like, "Yeah." And so then I went back to his place to go get a drill for the air conditioner.
Mm-hmm.
And then he didn't end up having a drill, so I got it from my friend instead. But then I just hung out with him just now until now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, has he been listening to the podcast?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's funny.
But I did tell him so much information about me today, like too much information. And so now I'm like a little embarrassed and I don't know. I'm scared. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I was just like word vomiting a lot of things. And I told him about my astrology list of all the guys that had sex with. Have I told you about this?
No, I don't think so.
What?
Yeah.
I have a list in my phone of all the guys that I've slept with and their astrology signs.
Okay. What was this best
I needed
sex? Like, what sign had the best sex?
I can't necessarily say the best sex. I mean, the best sex I've had is with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's why it's still going.
Yeah.
He was Taurus. I haven't had sex with a lot of Tauruses.
Okay.
So I guess maybe them. But I have dated more Aquariuses than anyone, and they are terrifying to me. Mm-hmm. And now if I meet an Aquarius man, I am skeptical. I tend to stray away.
Interesting.
I also date a lot of guys with J names.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've dated a fair amount of J names.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just a common thing.
I don't know. There's more J names than anything. We were talking about,
I can't believe you have a list. That's crazy.
We were talking about icks at one point. Have you seen the dude on TikTok who has the list of like all the icks girls come up with that they post about on TikTok?
No, I don't think so.
He has this like massive list and it's like it's on the notes app, and like every single time he sees someone post like an ick, he'll like stitch it and then add it to his list, and he like scrolls through the entire list to get to the very bottom. But it's all like the stupidest shit. One of them is guys where their name starts with the letter J.
Oh yeah.
I was like, that's really funny because I have dated a lot of guys with J names, and then I like went through the list and it like there's a lot.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there are a lot of J names in general.
There's also a lot of 4-letter J names. Like Jack, John,
Jake,
Joel. I dated a Jade once.
Jade.
Yeah. He was a hippie, obviously. Played right into it.
The name's Jade.
Yeah. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy at that point.
Yeah. The person I'm dating right now, her first name starts with a J.
Yeah. J names, man.
I know.
So many of them.
I know, it really is.
But,
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to last much longer, though, because he's going out of the country next week
For what?
3 weeks for a wedding. Soon after that, he's moving. and I feel like I'm like probably never gonna see him again.
You guys have been seeing each other for a long time.
I know, we were talking about that today. It's been like 7 or 8 months.
Damn.
Since November.
It's crazy. It's already almost June.
Dude,
Spring flew by.
Yeah, it did. It's a lot of things are crazy to me right now because like I'm seeing my like life right now, like its timeline is like pre-breakup and post-breakup. And so it's like crazy to me that it's already been this long post-breakup and like so much of my life has changed.
Yeah. Besides all of the difficult things with management here, how do you like living here?
I like it.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I have a nice apartment.
No, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's like you're in a good area. There's like a lot of great food.
Yeah. Yeah. I went to that diner today. It was pretty good.
The
French
Wahi
fries.
or
Yeah.
That's a good place.
Yeah. So how's life been? It's been a minute.
Oh yeah. Life's been like, it's been weird. It's just been like, there's really good moments. There's really frustrating moments. Work has,
Sounds like life.
yeah, but just like, I don't know. I guess it's just because I'm working a lot lately and it's been really stressful. And so I'm like learning about myself and like, I don't know, just having a lot of difficult moments and trying to like react in a compassionate way, if that makes sense. But it's been really difficult for me. So I've been allowing it feels like I've been allowing my anger to get the best of me, even though nothing crazy's happened. It's just my job requires me to drive through Manhattan with a van, and that alone can bring a lot of stress. And I don't want to say I completely hate it because like it's not always terrible, but it just is can be overwhelming, you know. I know the traffic here is always bad, but like lately it's been like extra bad, and it's like I've been really having to like keep myself calm in these high stress moments because I have all these, or I don't know, we're all trying to get from Queens to Manhattan and we're all backed up. Every way to get to Manhattan is difficult. And in that moment, I'm sitting in traffic just trying not to scream. And that's another thing I hate. I hate traffic. It's like I've always hated it.
Me too.
Yeah, it just drives me crazy, which I think a lot of people would feel the same.
Oh yeah, I have really bad road rage.
Yeah. I mean,
such bad road rage. It's one of the reasons I moved to New York, so I don't have to deal with it.
I mean, yeah, kind of like I do not miss that. It really depends on the day for me. Like there are some days where I don't really care. Somebody cuts me off or gets in front of me, like I don't let it bother me, but there are other days where I want to pick a fight with everybody who crosses me.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I remember my ex was like always so nice and so polite, and he would let people like cut him off all the time. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it would annoy me so much when the other person like cuts him off that I would literally honk for him. Because I'm like, no, you need to be angry. That's not okay. Fucking honk at this person.
No, my coworker would do that a lot, but I'm gonna tell you, I don't like it when people do that to me. I mean, I don't know how he felt about it, but
he probably didn't like it at all, but
like
whatever.
Like my one coworker who's very controlling will do that if he's in the car passenger seat with me, and it drives me insane. But there's also other reasons to that.
Right. I mean, it wouldn't like be something that I would do all the time. It probably happened like 2 or 3 times in the 6 years we were together, you know?
Yeah.
It's not often.
But I also get just like being angry at, you know, I don't know. There's pedestrians who will just walk in front of you when you have the right of way, and if you honk at them, they will flip you off. And so it's just like, no, but you're in the wrong though. But you're gonna still act like I'm the bad guy.
Yeah,
like,
people just suck.
No, they do.
Yeah.
And I just have a limited capacity for bullshit.
Dude, I had the worst shift of my life on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
It was a like final Knicks game. So obviously the bar was packed.
Yep.
And there was only 2 people working, me and my coworker. And you've been in there. He was working the bar, and I had to work the entire floor. So it was all tables and the outside. And imagine every single table is filled.
Oh my God.
Every table. And I had to do it all by myself.
Wow.
Like, obviously my coworker like poured all the beers and stuff for me, but like I was serving everyone.
That's still a lot to keep track of. Because you guys have food too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was like getting so stressful. And for a while I was like handling it just fine. And like all was well. But like it like did affect my service. And there was a guy who was like sitting in between these two tables. And it took me a minute to like get to him at first, like after he sat down. And I went up to him and I was like, yeah, can I get you anything? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, what can I get for you? And he's like, well, I want a Kona. And like starts like snapping at me a little bit. And I was like, no need to be snappy. I'm really sorry about the wait. Like, we're just like extremely busy right now. And you can literally look and see that every single table's filled. And I'm the only person working the floor. And so then I like went to go get his drinks and then everything was fine. And then a couple hours later, after like serving him a little bit, I was helping the table next to him because they waved me over and they were like a cool chill table. And then at one point I go up to him and I was like, can I get you anything? And he was like, yeah, I've been waiting forever. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, it's been a really busy wait. And he's like, keep trying to wave you down. And I was like, well, I was just at the table right here and I didn't see you wave me down at all. And he was like, no, I've been trying to forever and you're just ignoring me. And I was like,
was he alone?
no, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he starts like raising his voice at me a little bit. And at one point I like knew if I kept arguing with him that I was going to like start crying. Cause when I get frustrated, I just cry. So I said, I'll be right back with your Kona, sir. And then I leave and I come back and I bring it back. And then I immediately go into the bathroom and start crying. Because I was just like, I'm so over all of these people. Like, it's just like if you go into a restaurant during a super busy game that you know is going to be super, super busy and you see one person working all these tables, like do them some decency and just like be nice.
It's like read the fucking room.
No, literally. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, you can't take that personally. Like, that had nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do.
You were just busy running around. Trust me, I've been a server, and like, I hate fucking people like that. It's just, have some patience, you know?
right.
Like, I got like ramen today. I went on a hike, and it was at Sleepy Hollow, and I found this like ramen spot, and everything was fine. It was just at the end, I gave me my bill and I put the card in, and he took a while to come grab and like run my card. And I was fine. I wasn't like getting mad or anything, but I was just like, and then I realized like, oh, do they want me to like bring it up to the counter or whatever, because some places do that.
Yeah.
And so I just tried to be polite and be like, hey, should I bring this up there? Because it was like a long time I was waiting,
Right.
And so, and then he just like, I walk up and he just takes it from me and he swipes it, and it was all fine. But it's just like, we all have
just
a lot.
Like, use your brain.
We have a lot on our minds. We're all like distracted and shit. It's just like, just have some patience. Like,
we're all human.
Yeah,
baby.
we're all human.
Yeah, no, it was a really rough work day.
I just hate it when people take their because clearly like that guy had other shit going on, and he was taking it out on you, it seems like, and it's just like, need to learn to stop doing that. Like, it's been long enough. We understand that is a thing, that we project things onto other people. Mm-hmm. And I think we need some fucking self-awareness to realize that, it's not going to solve the problem. Just snapping at a random server because she's not bringing your beer quick enough.
Yeah.
You fucking asshole,
Yeah. I don't know. I felt really bad, but he still tipped me 20%.
He better, fucker.
I was shocked, honestly, when I saw him do it. I was like, damn, good for you, dude.
Well, it's good that you were able to keep your cool, because like when people start talking to me like that, and someone did a few days ago, I get so angry I start to shake. Like, my body is shivering because I'm livid.
That's literally what was happening to me. I was like trying to like carry the beers, and I could tell that I was shaking, and I was just like, I can't do this. And that's when I like went to the bathroom and I'm just take a breather for a second.
No, exactly. You really need to separate yourself from that, because it can be fucking intense. The emotions can be intense.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like, from the outside, nobody understands. They don't feel your emotions, so they're just like, what the fuck's going on? But on the inside, you feel like you're going insane.
No, literally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a lot of those moments of feeling insane. And
yeah, me too. Especially in this current reality of just like the world burning to the ground. Like,
no, literally.
And
everyone's just being meaner and meaner. And you would have thought that like COVID would have taught people to like taught people to like be nicer to service workers.
Right.
But I feel like it did not.
No, they all just were sitting and farting in their couches, like waiting for their fucking stimulus check.
Do you want to hear my notes this week?
Yeah.
I was talking to someone about Taco Bell the other day. All of a sudden, they called me mild sauce. Like if I were a sauce, I would be mild sauce. And
Okay.
I was never more offended in my entire life.
Yeah,
Do I seem like mild sauce to you?
I think they're just. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like they're just saying because you're white. Like,
No.
sorry.
Just like personality.
Oh, your personality.
Yeah,
Mild sauce.
I know.
I don't.
Like out of all the Taco Bell sauces, this would be really
I
awkward if you do
honestly-
consider me mild sauce, because I'm going to be offended.
I honestly. Are we talking just Taco Bell sauce?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I feel like I zoned out in the beginning of that, so I didn't catch the beginning. That's why I thought it was a racial thing. But I haven't had really the sauces from Taco Bell, so I couldn't really say.
Okay, fuck off, Colin. No, like, you could just like go based off of like the names. There's like mild and fire, and then there's like Diablo, and then there's
Diablo.
Extreme.
All right, you're Diablo. I like that one. I have barely tasted any of them, but yeah.
No, I don't know. I was just like really offended. I was like, I'm definitely fire sauce.
Well, they're basically calling you like mild, like
Like
boring.
mid. Yeah, like
Yeah, mid.
that's not me.
As the Gen Zers say.
As the Gen
mid.
Zers say, I'm not mid.
That is
I'm a lot of things.
I'm a lot of things,
I'm
but
a
I'm
lot
not
of things,
mid.
but I'm not fucking mid, okay? Get it right. My second thing was, I was smoking outside of the bar the other night, and I had my air bar, and someone was asking me to hit it. And I was like, oh yeah, you can hit it, but just so you know, some of my chapstick's on it. And someone was like, oh yeah, that's the new second base, didn't you know? And I thought it was so fucking funny. You don't think that's funny? It was funny. God damn it. The notes aren't hitting this week.
So, I'm sorry. I just feel like I've heard something like that before. You know, it's not original.
Okay, fuck
Sorry.
off.
I know, I'm sorry.
Well,
very
technically, I didn't say it. I just thought it was funny.
Well, if you ask me, I think it's a bit mid. But
Gas. I said something really funny and everyone missed it the other night. You know how at the bar...
and are you sure it was funny?
It was fucking funny, okay? One person died laughing.
Okay,
The rest of the crowd did not hear it. But you know how at the bar there's those double doors when you first walk in? But they're the most awkward fucking lengths.
Yeah,
and it,
what
like,
are we in
makes...
the Wild West? Like, what the fuck?
And it makes it like so hard to get in there, and you never know like if you should open up one door or if you should open up both, and like no matter what you do, you're getting slapped in the ass by a door, you know? And we were talking about that because I was saying I never know what to do, and then I was like, sometimes I just let it slap me in the ass so I can feel a little something.
That's I like that. Yeah.
Thank you. I thought it was really funny.
Yeah.
You know,
I
you gotta
said-
do what you gotta do sometimes.
Yeah. I said something along those lines at my mic. I like to do riffs in between comics just to try to keep my chops up.
Your chops.
Yeah, my comedy.
You gotta
chops.
keep those chops
I gotta
up,
keep
baby.
on my toes. Do the the what do they call it in basketball? The
Dribble?
dribbling, or just like the practicing, like the whatever. You can tell I'm not. I watched the Knicks.
Neither of us do sports.
No,
Neither
no.
of us. My next thing is the firefighters outside.
Yeah. What?
I just remembered I have something else to tell you. Oh my God. Okay, first of all, firefighters outside, they stand out there every once in a while, and there's this one guy who always hangs out with Aegon whenever I walk past and he's there. And he always pets Aegon, and he asks like how I'm doing and everything's been fine. And then the other day he was talking to me and petting Aegon, and then he was talking to him for a minute, and then I left, and then I was coming back, and he was still there, and I went for like a long walk, and he was still there, and he was like, he pet Aegon again, and then he was like, would you want to get a drink sometime? And he's not the cute firefighter. He's one of the not so cute firefighters.
What did you say?
I said, oh yeah, I would like that, but I am really, really busy
Yep.
most of the time. And I'm not wrong. Like, I am
Yeah.
really fucking busy. Like, I don't have time. I really don't. I don't.
Well, you got time for upstairs.
I always have time for stress. Fuck me up with that. No, I told him, I was like, I don't have a lot of time. And then he was like, no, I get it. Like, with my job, like, I always have to do overtime. And he starts getting into like the all the words about it. And I was like, I know how firefighters work. I'm aware I have some friends. You don't have to explain it to me. I get it. Yeah, we're both busy, whatever. And then he was like, can I at least get your number? And I always feel like, at least for me as a girl, and I don't know if other girls feel this way, but me personally, I always feel such pressure to give people my number, even when I don't want to give it to them, because I'm just like afraid of how they're going to react.
Right.
And then it's also always going to be awkward if you say no. Like, I have to walk past this guy almost every single day. I just did. He was outside when you came in. Like, I have to see him all the time. So it would be so weird if I didn't give it to him. I figured I could just like play it off somehow, as I always do, and just like never really text him.
Yeah.
And so I ended up giving it to him. And he texts me and he says, it's Mike, which thank God he said that, because he had mentioned his name before, but Aegon was in one of his like jumpy moods. And so then I didn't hear what he said. Okay. And then all he did was call me to give me his number. And I was like, I can't even save his contact. I don't know what his name is. And I was thinking about how awkward it would be if I ever needed to say it. But then he texted me and he said, it's Mike, with a little nerd face emoji. And I said, hi, it's Sav. And he said, Sav and Aegon. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do with that. So I just hearted it. And then yesterday, he sends me 10 photos of his dog that passed away. And he says, this was my pup, Brinkley. It's really a shame Aegon and her will never meet. I don't respond. He says, hopefully you kids stayed dry this morning. Still didn't respond. Sends me this selfie of him and says, that's a decent photo of me. When did I ask?
This is like...
so weird. Still don't respond.
This doesn't make any sense.
He sent that at like 12, sends me another message at 1:30, and it's, I absolutely love dogs on YouTube. That's what the video is titled.
Is it a stand-up clip?
It's like some dog trainer talking about how much he loves dogs.
Oh, man. Guys just don't get a hint. Like, they don't get, like... This man is so desperate.
Yeah, I don't know. It was wild. And so anyways, my note in here was hot take. Guys should just let girls give them their numbers, because I don't want to be in this awkward situation again. Like, don't make girls feel awkward in those situations. I don't know. It's just like, you don't want them to be in the position that I'm in. Like, if I wanted his number, I would have asked for his number. Right. You know? Like, just let that happen.
Yeah. No, of course.
Or unless, like, someone is, like, obviously interested in you, then sure, yeah, give me your number. But like, this is just a casual thing up and down the street. I was smoking outside, and there's this one guy who always comes up to me when I'm smoking, and the first time, I think I might have told you about this, the first time he was like, oh, you look like a model standing there, like, is there a photographer out here or something? And like, it was like something dumb, whatever. And then a few weeks later, I see him and he's like doing it again with the outfits. Like, you're absolutely slaying it. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then I saw him a third time and he was like, can I get your phone number? And I was just like, whatever, sure. And so
I think it's like delusional confidence, honestly.
I don't know what it is, dude. He texted me and he said, hey, this is his name. And he said, the guy you just met. I never responded. And then the next day, I get a message from an iCloud account called Swagga Addict X100. And then he said, hey, is this Savannah? I doubt I spelled that right. And I said, who is this? And he says, sorry to bother you. I was looking for this model lady. Her name was Savannah or something like that. My name is Josh. Well, I might have exaggerated on the whole model part, but she was dressed like one, or she had a stylist or something. But sorry again for disturbing you and rambling. I hope I haven't disturbed your Friday evening. Have a good night.
I'm losing hope in humanity. Like, this is brutal.
That's so creepy, though.
It's
Why
creepy.
would you message and say, hey, is this Savannah, just to try to get a message out of me? Like, that's so fucking creepy.
Why did he think that if the number didn't work, then the iCloud would work? Like, if you gave him a wrong number, you gave him a wrong number. But I mean, clearly you didn't. But,
right. No, he was just trying to get a response out of me.
Right. And that's awful.
Yeah. So, hate that.
I hate that so much.
Yeah.
Like, it really amazes me the extents men will go to try to just can like just talk to somebody when clearly
They're not interested.
they're not. It doesn't go both ways.
Just let it be.
It's all a one-way street, and you don't see that. Like, you're so delusional to think like, but I can turn her though. Like, I could change her mind. It's like, no, you can't.
No,
like,
you
it's
can't.
made up.
Yeah.
Like, they will come. They will reach out to you if they want to.
No, literally.
If they don't, then move the fuck on with your life. Like, there are 8 billion of us. Like,
Preach it.
I'm so tired. I'm tired of hearing this shit, you know? Like,
I know.
my girlfriend tells me about all of her horror stories about the past guy she dated. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Like, men gotta wake the fuck up. When I was younger, like, yeah, I feel like I wouldn't go to that extent, but I would just be like, I would have a little bit of that delusion and be like, oh, we had like a great conversation. Like, I think we connected, and maybe, you know. But then I caught on, and I was just like, oh, wait, no, these people are just being nice. Like, they don't want to date me, and I need to accept that. Like, it's just accepting the defeat, honestly. And these guys don't want to do that.
And I feel like so many guys like get so upset and like uptight when they hear about girls like doing this just to be nice, but it's just like you're putting them in a position of like, what else can they do? Like, I've been taught so many times that like if I weren't to give my number to some guy, some of them have tripped out and like were really fucking mean to me, and like it got scary.
It's like to protect yourself.
No, literally, that's what it is. Because at least now, like, I can hide behind a screen and that's fine. Like, I feel safer this way. Yeah. If I have to see them again, I'll be like, haha. You know, I'll find some way of like brushing it off. You know, it's fine. But like,
well, like, I mean, in the past, I've like, I don't know. I would use Instagram. I would ask for their Instagram because that's less. I feel
less
like
creepy.
That's less creepy.
Yeah.
It's more of just like trying to connect, like stay in contact instead of. And if the opportunity comes, then maybe we can start messaging.
Right.
Because there are, like, you know, we post stories. You can comment on the story, even though that can get annoying, I'm sure. But like, that still feels safer than giving them your number, which is, I feel like, a lot more personable.
Absolutely. I'm over it.
Yeah, you got to accept defeat when it happens. Like, it's just, you can't control it. It's going to happen.
Yeah. I fell down the subway stairs yesterday.
How were you?
I just like slipped. I was wearing my Docs, and I was wearing different socks that were thinner than usual, and I think it was just like slippy, and I like was going down the stairs, and I was at the very top, and there was a lot of stairs, and I slipped and I started sliding down, and luckily some guy like helped grab me, but not before I like used my arm to brace against the stair.
Oh, yeah. And that's not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hit my knee the other day. It hurts like a bitch.
Yeah, I also have this bruise, and I have this bruise, and all these other bruises.
Well, you know, it shows that we're doing shit, you know? It's like we're not sitting on our ass.
No, falling downstairs.
Falling downstairs. We're living our lives.
Oh my God, the thing I had to tell you. Speaking of firefighters.
Oh, yes. He's not back, is he?
No.
Oh, okay.
But he was at the bar. The other night. I was working. I got texted from one of the firefighters that isn't him. It's a friend that set us up. He texted me and he said, "Hey, what's up?" And then at the same time, one of my best friends there texted me and he said, "I think firefighter is here." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, I think it's him. I'm pretty sure it's him." And so then I texted my friend back and I was like, "I'm at work right now. Does this have anything to do with firefighter being there?" And he was like, "No, but how'd you know that?" And I was like, "Oh, I got my spies." Apparently he just wanted to hang out. Oh. But like that was like earlier in the day, and I thought by the time I got to the bar he would be gone. Yeah. It had been a couple hours, but I got there and he was still there. And then almost immediately after I got in, he left with all his friends. And so I texted him and I was like, "I hope you didn't leave on my account." And he said, "I love having receipts. This is so great." He said, "Haha, nah, the guys were looking to hop to the next spot. I was going to say hi, but they wanted to get out of there." And he put like the whiny face emoji. And I said, I see. We'll have a lovely night." And he said, "Yeah, we only went to 96. I might make my way back eventually, but you too." And I was like, "Oh, nice. I just got off from there." And he said, "Haha, our friend did tell me you were working. Yeah, I might have to walk back." And he like keeps saying like he's gonna walk back, like as if I like really want to see him.
Why did you text him though?
I just like felt bad.
Felt bad because you thought he left because of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I like chill vibes, you know?
Right.
It's not my bar, it's everyone's bar, you know?
Right.
For the most part. But he ended up coming back. And then we chit-chatted for like an hour or two and just like kind of caught up, and it was like how it normally is with a lot of like bickering and bantering. And then at one point I went outside to smoke, and one of his friends was out there, and it's the same friend who's like dabbled in our relationship before and like trying to make it happen essentially. And he said, how's it going with him? And I was like, oh, fine, I guess. And then he was like, well, do you like him? And I was like, I mean, and he's like, so you don't? And I was like, it's not that I don't like him. There's a lot of parts of him that like I adore, but there's a lot of parts of him that like fucking drive me bonkers. And I was like, there's just like a lot that we like don't see eye to eye on. And he was like, can I guess like what the issue is? And I was like, sure. And he was like, I think it's because you hate men. And I was like, I don't hate men. I think that Firefighter thinks that politics is such a like huge part of my personality, like between like politics and feminism. And it's like, yes, I do believe in things, but I don't make them my personality. Like, I think if anyone were to describe me as a person, those two words wouldn't pop up in like the top 20 traits of me. Like, I don't,
it's just because I feel like it just comes up because you guys have different views on it.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know if you would know this, but like, does he bring politics up a lot? Like,
I don't know if it necessarily gets brought up, but it's like more so things like jokes about like him cooking, and I'm like, it gets brought up that like a joke as if like the man shouldn't be in the kitchen or something like that, because I say I don't cook. And it's like stuff like that would like somehow turn into those types of conversations, you know? But it wasn't like, at one point we like literally said that we weren't talking about politics anymore because it just like, became too much of an issue.
Yeah.
And so I like said all of this to him, and he was like, well, have you talked to him about this? And I was like, I think so, but I guess I could like talk to him about it again or whatever. And then at one point, Firefighter was getting ready to leave, and I went outside and I was like, hey, can we talk for a second? And then I explained the entire conversation with his friend, and I explained like my response to it. And then he was like, he said something along the lines of, you know, as much as I really want to go back to your apartment tonight, I just really think that if we were to start this back up again, we would like end up back in the same place. And it's going to be my fault. And I just don't want to do that to you again. And I was like thinking about it, and a few thoughts popped through my brain. Number one being, how presumptuous of you, my dear, to think that A, you would be coming back to my apartment, and B, that this is me telling you that I want to do this again. Because it's not.
It's not. You were just answering questions.
I was just, So I ended up just saying, like, good for you for being self-aware enough to realize that. Because honestly, I was thoroughly impressed that he was self-aware enough to be like, I'm going to be the one to cause the issue. It's going to happen again. And then I ended up leaving like immediately after that. Because I will say, as much as I don't care that it's done, and also like I thought it was done, like this is weird that it even like sparked back up again in like such a small amount of time. But like, I'm okay with it being done, and I'm okay with it like not trying that again. Obviously, I don't want that. I was just like, my ego's a little bruised. Especially because it's like happened like multiple times with like multiple men recently, like with that one Hinge day and the other Hinge day. And
well, I'm not saying this is good, but like those two guys who asked for your number, like,
I mean, yeah, I guess
like I feel like you're still even though they're not the great people, it's still happening. I think you're just choosing to focus on the failures.
That's so true. That is very true. Yeah.
But I mean, not to say that it does hurt, you know, like like being rejected and no, I feel that.
So that happened.
Well, I'm glad he's growing. I don't know. He's like in his 20s, right?
Yeah, I think he's just a year younger than me. If not, no, he's a year younger than me. Oh, I also told him that I saw his Hinge profile.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was when I was talking about the whole politics thing and like how it's not part of my whole personality, and I think he thinks it was. And I was like, and I saw your Hinge profile of you basically adding me on it, and I'm proud of myself for calling him out on that shit because that was fucked up.
Yeah.
He was like, oh yeah, I haven't been on that in a while. And I was like, oh, yeah.
That's not the point though. That's like you were pointing that.
You're literally adding me on your Hinge.
Throwing
like,
shade.
Come on, dude.
Something that none of these other women know who you are. So it's just like.
It just makes you sound like a douche.
Yeah, really. Well, I mean, yes, there was rejection there, but like, I think it was for the best. Like, I understand that your ego's hurt. Like, mine's been hurt like that too, but it's just like, down the road, I feel like it's for the best.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. That should not have ever been thought of to like re-happen, but it was more so just like the ego being bruised, you know?
Right.
It's like, damn. Another one bites the dust, you know?
Yeah. No, egos will get bruised.
That they will. Mine does particularly often.
I'd like to say living here has really humbled me. So, like, I do have an ego still, but, like, I like to think I have got better control over it.
Yeah, I think I don't have as much experience in the dating pool, and therefore it's easier for my ego to get bruised.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to it. I haven't been dejected and rejected as much as everyone else that has been dating.
Yeah, I mean, I've been rejected so many times.
But now...
But yeah, now things are great. Yeah. But it's just patience, you know?
Yeah. Patience.
Where are we at?
Such a fickle thing. Oh. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss?
I feel like we hit a lot today.
Yeah? Oh my god, my boobs are sweating so bad.
Didn't they they just came out with like a spray for that?
Well, yeah, they come out with a lot of things. They come out with a lot of things so that way they can charge women for more things that they just need when it's like essentially that's deodorant.
Yeah.
That's literally what I do is I spray my deodorant under my boobs.
Yeah, it's all propaganda. Yeah. Marketing.
No, literally. They're just like, one more thing to add to the girly bops list.
Just like, please keep giving us your money.
Yeah.
We overprice everything.
Yeah, as if women's razors aren't more than men's razors and all the other things, even though men's razors work better than women's razors. And it drives me insane. Interesting experience.
What is that?
An air bar. I got my Michigan vape.
Michigan vape?
Did I not tell you about this?
What is that?
Like a vape from Michigan?
Did you, order it?
No, I had my friend who was going home go grab me some.
Oh.
Did I not tell you about... I think I did. I think I brought it up on the pod. Her beautiful monologue about the difference between a New York vape and a Michigan vape.
Oh, yeah. I think we did talk about that.
Yeah. I got my Michigan vape. This is not it, but...
Well, cool. These look like harmonicas.
Some guy came in to the bar the other day. Yeah.
That is strong.
It's because it's brand new. But some guy came into the bar the other day and he started playing music on the jukebox and he was playing his harmonica to it. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Was he good?
Yeah, I mean, as good as a harmonica can get.
I mean... I don't know if you've heard a lot of harmonica players, but they can be pretty good.
I've really only heard one person play harmonica, and it was my ex-boyfriend. He wrote a song about me after we broke up. And
not the past one, a different one?
A past one, yeah.
I mean, not the latest one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Older. But he wrote a song about me, and he plays guitar, but he also plays harmonica in it, so he has the entire, head thing on to, keep it right there. Yeah. And it's so funny, because it's such a beautiful song, honestly. He did a really good job, and,
I feel like you've talked about it.
Yeah, it's I'm proud that there are songs written about me, and that they are also good, because they could be terrible.
Right.
But I would say this one is good. It's just so funny that it's a heartbreak song because it was after we broke up. But it's so funny to watch it and be like, oh, so sad. He's really going through it. And then also but he's got that fucking neck shit on.
Yeah. The harmonica isn't I wouldn't say it's romantic or heartfelt. It's more of just
it's more so just there. It exists.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good thing to jam on. Like a lot of bands I've listened to, like they fucking a harmonica can slap, but
Harmonica can fucking slap.
but in a breakup song, I don't know. You know?
Yeah, I can play it for you. I have it screen recorded.
It's not on Spotify.
No, unfortunately. If it
bummer.
was, that would be a banger and it would be on all my playlists.
Yeah.
Props to him.
Yeah, I have a harmonica, but I just never learned how to play it.
You look like a harmonica guy.
Yeah.
It looks like you would just carry that in a hacky sack around with you at all times. Did you ever hacky sack?
A little bit in like high school.
Really? You look like a hacky sacker.
Yeah, I have the
You
look.
look like one of those.
I have the look,
You got the look. The hacky sack look.
and then I'll play my harmonica.
Next time I'm walking through like Washington Square Park, I'm just gonna see you on one of the benches, like going in.
Like playing acoustic with my harmonica around my neck. I got the blues. It reminds me of that episode of Zoe 101 where her little brother, he like
Oh my god, yeah.
he needs money, and so he's like, I got the gummy worm blues.
Not the gummy worm blues. I get those sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
I actually have Nerds clusters in my purse right now.
I fucking love Nerds Cluster.
Me too.
And Nerds Rope.
Okay, yeah, Nerds rope is good. I eat it in a weird way.
How do you eat the rope?
I nibble all the nerds off the rope,
Oh no.
and then I eat the gummy part last.
You got, I don't know, I think it tastes the best with it all together.
I mean, that's what the clusters are for.
Okay.
Every
Because there's
once in a
still
while
gummy
I get
under
like
it?
bored. Yeah,
Oh,
every
okay.
once in a while I get bored, and I'll do it to the like the clusters too. But like, I eat them normally. I would say for the most part.
It's like eating a Kit Kat without just like all in one.
Oh, do you want to know how I eat a Kit Kat?
Do you eat it all at once?
No.
How do you eat a Kit Kat?
You know how it has like the thicker part of the chocolate on the bottom?
Yeah.
So I bite that off of all of the sides.
Do you break off the Kit Kat pieces?
Yeah, one at a time, one
Okay,
piece.
yeah.
And then I bite off all the chocolate off of the sides. And then I eat each individual wafer on its own. I'll like bite them apart and then eat one wafer at a time.
It's fucking weird. Are you a serial killer?
The world will never know.
No, we'll never know. I've never heard of it like that.
Yeah, no, I think I'm the only one. I'm just a little fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
I was explaining my eating habits today, and boy, did they not make any sense. Like the way I eat certain things.
Well,
is just-
you have told me that you're
picky
You're
eater.
picky. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah. I'm very picky, unfortunately.
I mean, I don't know if this is weird, but like when I eat Oreos, I'll like take them apart and I'll just eat the one side with all of the filling. Eat them separately.
So if I got milk, I'm dunking that bad boy.
I don't need the milk. I just like the Oreos. I don't need the milk.
Serial killer?
Oh, come on. We all don't eat Oreos
No.
with milk.
We don't always, but like if it's an option, you take it.
I guess I've never had the option. I
It's
don't
so
know.
good. Sometimes I get like a little bit of milk and then I'll pour it over a bunch of Oreos and then mash them all together and make like a soup.
I've heard of something where I don't know if this
You
is
can also like microwave it.
Yes. Where in like a mug?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of people doing that.
Oh, I love me a mug cake.
That sounds good.
I was obsessed with those during the pandemic where I've been trying to find the best brownie like mug cake thing, but most of the time they come out too cakey and not enough brownie. But I do love me a mug cake. They're so easy if you already
Yeah.
have all the ingredients. And I did for the longest time, but then I left all my ingredients at my old apartment. That shit is expensive and adds up.
Well, I hope someone's finding use for it.
There's a ton of chia seeds. There's a ton of almond flour. There's a ton of normal flour. There's like a shit ton of everything down
Well,
there.
hopefully a vegan moved in.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love a mug cake. Wait, there was something else I was going to say. What were we talking about before mug cakes?
Oreos.
Yeah, so if I don't have milk, then I'm just going to, I eat it like, how do I eat it without, I don't know. I need milk for an Oreo.
Yeah.
Unless it's Oreo thins. I can fuck up an Oreo
I
thin.
don't get the thins.
Oh, I like it. Okay, well, I had a slight eating disorder at one point. So, like, I cared about calories a lot.
Do they really have less calories?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, in a way, yes, they have less calories per because it's less things, but it's like you
Yeah.
can still only eat like 3 of them in a serving.
Right. It's still an Oreo.
Yeah.
Like that's why I love like the extra filling. I love that shit.
I mean, I do too, but there's something about the Oreo to cream ratio in a thin. That's like the perfect bite size, and like every bite is like perfect. And I feel like sometimes even with the double stuff, I'm still getting a little bit too much chocolate. Like
Really?
I like a lot of cream.
Interesting.
How do you feel about golden Oreos?
They're okay. I mean,
They like hit when you don't realize that they're gonna hit. You ever get snacks like that where you like don't think about them and then you have one and you're like, why am I not eating this more often?
No,
I feel that way
I've
about
had that.
Cheez-Its.
yeah, you don't think about how Cheez-Its, how good they are.
Yeah, and then you have one and you're like, I need more.
Yeah, you can't stop eating them.
Yeah, they're so good.
No, yeah, I love Cheez-Its.
Same with Doritos.
Doritos, but I hear more and more that those are just chemicals. And so it's just like,
There are already so much Doritos in this body.
oh, same. And Cheetos.
Flaming hot Cheetos? Baked flaming hot Cheetos?
I do like a good baked Cheeto.
The flaming hot baked ones.
I don't like the I'm not a spice guy.
Fuck.
I don't like the spice.
Yeah, you're mild sauce.
I'd be mild. That's what I was talking about.
You are mild sauce. But like compare
maybe-
the two of us. Would you still think that like we were both mild sauces? No, I think I would be here at least.
Do you like
What's the next
spicy
step up?
shit?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I love spicy food.
I figured since you were picky, you wouldn't like spicy stuff. I'm getting better. Like, I can handle more spice now, but I'm still very white and just like...
No, I love spice. Like, a shin bowl, you wouldn't be able to eat that at all, but it's just pure spice, and there's nothing like a shin bowl when you're high as fuck. Oh my God. Because you're so high that you don't realize the sensation of it, like, burning the shit out of your mouth. Mm-hmm. But, like, it's so good that you can't stop eating it. Mm-hmm. Did I tell you I'm getting into poetry lately?
You did, yeah. You were writing it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's fun.
I'm, like, writing lyrics, like, which...
You were telling me that. How's the album going?
It's going good. Since work has been busy, haven't been able to spend a bunch of time on it. But I've been, like, poking at some projects I've started, and... Yeah, I've always struggled with writing lyrics, and I feel like I'm finally starting to, like, not be as critical about my writing, and I think it's going to make it into one of the songs. I don't know if I'm going to write any more, because it's going to be, like, a mix of spoken word and, well, like, not poetry, like
Yeah.
just like someone speaking.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited for you. That's really exciting.
I'm happy with how it's sounding so far.
Yeah.
Like I think I'm finally like starting to tap into this part of myself that I haven't been able to regarding just from past experiences, like from tough things I've had to deal with. And, I'm a big advocate for when something is upsetting to you, you take that anger, that frustration, but you aim it somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm trying to do with all of the shit that I've had to deal with the past, year or two.
No, it's like music therapy.
No, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually just talking to someone about how I wanted to be an art therapist, and it's like the same reasoning. Is like channeling all of that emotion into art is like such a amazing thing. Like I was really into ceramics for a while, and I found ceramics when I was super, super depressed in college. And ceramics is so fucking cool because it's like a form of meditation where like you can only pay attention to what you're doing in that moment. Like you truly can't be thinking about other things, because if you like lose your train of thought, you're gonna fuck it up somehow. And so it was so cool because it was like just another form of like meditation when you think about it. And it's so fun.
I love that. That's why I crochet. It's like that's another thing. Like yes, you can kind of like go on autopilot, but at the same time, you do need to be paying attention to, or else
you miss one stitch, you're fucked.
You have to. And then say you don't realize that until like an hour later.
Yeah,
then you have to
go
all the way back.
The entire thing.
Well, not the entire.
But like most of it.
But yeah, however long you went without noticing is what you have to redo, and like, but that builds patience. That's just like, God damn it. All right, well, I guess.
No, it's like literally like a little miniature form of life, like where like a situation like takes you a few steps back, and you're just like, all right, got to take it back, and then now I'm gonna move forward.
And it kind of teaches you that it's like it's okay, like it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but then you're gonna make something beautiful out of it.
Right.
Oh my God! Wow, that was so deep. I loved that.
Nice. It was nice.
Wow, look at us.
I hear a TikTok clip coming.
Ooh.
Um,
Yeah, baby.
but yeah, I'm a huge advocate for all that shit.
Yeah, I love that.
And,
I love that for you. I'm glad that you're able to like find something through all of that.
Yeah, it's just I just want to stay focused and like complete this project, you
Yeah.
know? Like I don't want to I would like, you know, I have a goal to like put it out in the fall or at the latest like the next winter, but like, you know, I don't want to procrastinate any more than that because I just feel like for my sanity, I would really like to just accomplish this, you know, whatever
Yeah.
it is, just to feel that accomplishment.
Yeah, there is something about like creating something and you're like, I did that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I worked hard on it. Like I
Yeah.
put a lot of thought into this, and you know, yes, I would like money down the road because you get money through streaming and shit.
Right.
But I'm still a very early artist, and so I can't focus on that right now. I need to
Yeah.
just focus on, you know, what do I want to listen to? What do I want to hear? You know, and you know, I really love sampling the city and like recording different sounds and
that's really cool.
yeah, so we'll see what comes of it, but
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yay, I'm excited for you. I was actually just talking to someone today wanting to get back into vlogging and how I haven't been doing it recently, and it's like making me kind of sad because I do miss it. And like I was showing off like some of the videos that I made and he was like, "Oh, that's so cool." And like it made me miss the feeling of like accomplishment of like being able to like post it, cuz like at least for me my vlogs in a way were like a work of art cuz it was just like a lot of the times it was just going to the music, and but a lot of the stuff that I would film was like more like aesthetic-y kind of stuff and just
Yeah.
like life, you know?
Uh-huh.
And so I like found them as like my little works of art, you know? And I do miss that feeling of like I did this and I created this thing and like
Right.
it's out there now and
Yeah.
I feel accomplished by doing
yeah,
it.
something you're proud of, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
And it sucks when you don't finish something. I feel like with ADHD, it's so easy to like start so many different projects and then never finish them.
story of my life.
Like I still
Like-
have a bunch of film from when I went to Arizona and I never made it into anything, and like it's starting to like eat away at me because I'm like, you should just do this. Just like
Yeah.
even if it's not for anything other than like me doing it for me, like I need to just do it.
Yeah, no. I have so many things I've started that I just abandoned.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's something that it's been something really hard for me to accept about myself. Because I do that a lot, and it's just I don't know. Like there are some things you can control, some things you can't. And
Yeah. 'Tis life.
yeah. So
Well, I'm proud of us for getting deep
yeah,
for a moment.
me too. Yeah, good app. Yeah. So all right, sick.
It was nice knowing you.
Yeah, thank you too.
GN.
We'll see you next time.
Yay.